Their smartphones. Yes, your smartphones. Because let's be honest, in today's world, military secrets, they may no longer be leaking through the spies. They may be leaking through a mobile app. The question is Iran using apps just to track the US troops? There was a time when intelligence gathering, it required undercover agents, secret documents, sophisticated surveillance operations. Today, some experts, they believe that the biggest security threat, it may be sitting inside a soldier's pocket. Ladies and gentlemen, recent reports suggest that the American military officials, they are increasingly concerned about commercially available location data. Every smartphone, it constantly generates information. Every moment creates a digital trail. Every app collects data. Every interaction, it leaves a footprint. Most people, they never think about it, not even the soldiers. But intelligence agencies, they do. Modern smartphones, they collect information. They collect the location histories, movement pattern, in fact, browsing habit, behavioral information. Much of that data, it is stored, it is analyzed, and sometimes shared through commercial network. Now, officials, they fear that hostile actors, they may be able to exploit that information. Can you think what that really means? A soldier checks on app. Well, the phone records a location. The location of the soldier. A company stores the whole information. A data broker, he exaggerates it. And eventually somebody else may gain the access here. Here, military officials worry that such an information, it could potentially reveal where troops gather, where they travel, and where they operate. Let's be honest, in a conflict zone, that kind of information, that can become increasingly valuable. Drone operators, they need coordinates. Military planners, they need targets. Intelligence analysts needs pattern. Location data, that can provide all of these three. Security experts, in the meantime, they have increasingly warned that commercial data collection, it may create vulnerabilities that did not exist in previous generations of warfare. Unlike the traditional espionage, that information, it does not always require sophisticated spy network, do they? Sometimes it can be obtained through a commercial channel. That reality, it is forcing the militaries around the globe to rethink security now, because let's be honest, the battlefield is changing rapidly. Wars are no longer fought solely with aircrafts or ships or maybe missiles. Well, wars are also fought with algorithms, with databases, with digital infrastructure, with information. Data itself is becoming a strategic asset and, in some cases, a strategic weapon. The frightening reality is that future conflicts may be decided as much by technology superiority as by the military firepower. Which, by the way, means that governments must now defend not only their borders and bases, but also their digital footprints. And yes, while America worries about technology exposing military vulnerabilities, some voices inside Israel, well, they are already looking far beyond today's conflict and discussing the future threats that could reshape the whole region once again.